Let's get right to Rachel Fiset, criminal defense attorney. Welcome back to the show. Rachel, let's start with the Combs lawyers' mistrial motion. They say they can prove he was in New York City at the time, and the woman that made that claim committed perjury on the witness stand. What exactly was her claim, and how did the judge react to that or respond?
So the defense team has asked for a mistrial, saying that the prosecution knew that she was lying when this evidence was presented. And what I have to say here is weight of the evidence. This is exactly the jury's job. This is not where you declare a mistrial. The judge denied that request because the jury's job is to weigh credibility and weigh the evidence. If they think she's lying and the prosecution cannot show that she's not lying, if the defense shows affirmative evidence of those lies, and they are saying they have affirmative evidence that Combs was not even in town at the time of that incident, then they present it to the jury, and the jury decides what they think is credible, and they stick it in all of the facts and all of the evidence that is happening now for weeks. So I think that denial of that motion was correct, as this is what a jury trial often looks like.
All right, so Jane is back on the stand giving emotional testimony moments ago, saying Combs would love bomb her with text messages whenever he wanted hotel nights. What has stood out to you about her testimony so far, and what charge are they attaching this to, as far as she also testifying that Diddy paid her $10,000 a month rent and that he reminded her often that he was paying her rent? She said it made her feel obligated to perform in these hotel nights.
Again, we're getting to sex trafficking, and the prosecution is trying to show through these various means that Jane felt that she could not leave. And I think it's hard to get there in some of these instances where it may look like it's not coerced, but they are showing that she was being coerced emotionally through love bombing, which is a method of coercion, and that she was being paid rent to stay with him. So they are showing all of the various means, or would rather reasons, of why she did not get up and go. And this is going to the sex trafficking, which you kind of have to get there to get to the RICO charge, which is the illegal activity of him getting these girls to stay, getting them to participate in the freak-offs, in this overall scheme that they're alleging by threat of force, coercion, or fraud. And really the love bombing and the rent goes to coercion and potentially fraud.
Okay, so the prosecution, in your estimation, has presented it enough that you believe it's sufficient legal basis for the charge?
I can't say that. I think that this is ongoing. I think this is a really close call. I think there has been a lot of evidence presented. And I also think they don't need it overall through time. Say, in the instance of Cassie Ventura's testimony, they don't need her to have been defrauded or coerced for 10 years straight. But they do need to show specific instances where she crossed state lines by threat of force, coercion, or fraud. So they're going to have to really drill down on specific instances with each of these witnesses in order to make their case.
Okay, always a pleasure. Rachel Fiset, thank you for the context behind going into the fifth week. Thank you.